Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we are looking at 5 things you should know about Halloween in New Horizons, as well as some tips and tricks about the event along the way. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So for those playing in real time, we are now only a couple of days away from the Halloween event and meeting Jack, the special Halloween character, for the first time. He will of course be stopping by our islands on the 31st of October, which is this coming Saturday, with the event beginning at 5 PM, which is super exciting. So with this in mind, and given the popularity of New Horizons, with tens of thousands of copies being sold every week, I thought it would be fun to break down 5 things you should know about the event. Of course, it's impossible to highlight details that every single player doesn't already know, since we all play differently, but hopefully this helps some of you out, especially those of you who are new to Animal Crossing or only now experiencing a Halloween event for the first time. Also, some of the things we're going to cover today may be a bit spoilery if you're waiting for the event, so please bear that in mind. Anyway, please leave a like on the video, it helps out so much, and let's get into it. Number 1. Festivities. Now, we've been preparing for Halloween pretty much since the beginning of the month by growing and harvesting all new pumpkins, learning spooky DIY recipes, and of course buying spooky furniture items from Nook's Cranny. But beginning just yesterday, depending on which time zone you're in, the whole island began preparing for the Halloween festivities. From the 28th of October, many special characters started gearing up for the celebrations and can now be seen rocking some of the Halloween themed headgear. Many of you have probably already noticed Isabelle wearing the Mage's hat during the morning announcement, but if you visit some of the other NPCs around the island, you can now see the likes of Timmy and Tommy wearing adorable animal ears, and Tom Nook and Mabel of the Able Sisters wearing some impish horns. I'm not really sure why Sable isn't getting involved though, maybe she's just busy making all the costumes. Anyway, it seems that the Nook Inc. has also decorated the resident services in preparation for Halloween by placing some spooky pumpkin towers outside, which is pretty neat. So if you haven't played in a few days or you missed these small details, be sure to check them out. Number 2. Spooky exclusives. By now, regular players have probably already learned around 10 spooky DIY recipes and can craft the likes of the spooky fence and the spooky arch, but something you should know is that there is still a bunch of new spooky items to find and DIY recipes to learn. During the Halloween event, there is a total of 7 exclusive DIY recipes and items to obtain, including the spooky carriage, the spooky garland and table set, the spooky wand, and the spooky rug, flooring and wall. All of these items are exclusive to the night of Halloween and can only be obtained during the event, which probably answers your questions as to why you haven't seen them or learnt them yet. Now, the spooky carriage, garland, table setting and spooky wand all have corresponding DIY recipes available too, which is super awesome. However, the spooky rug, flooring and wall are only physical items that you can receive and can't be learned. Anyway, if you still have a bunch of other recipes to find, don't worry, as many of the villagers will be handing those out throughout the evening too. And of course, the exclusive items don't stop there, as the first couple of times you encounter Jack in the evening, he will reward you with your very own Jack's robe and Jack's head, which will come in very handy to scare your villagers later. Number 3. Reactions. Now, spooky items aren't the only unlockable rewards that become available during the Halloween event. As you know, a somewhat endearing and popular feature of Animal Crossing is of course the reactions or emotions. These are typically learned from villagers when they want to share with you something they've learned or experienced, and are extremely useful when playing with friends or just interacting with the other villagers. Now, thanks to the fall update, 2 new reactions were added to the game called Haunt and Scare, which are of course perfectly suited for Halloween. However, they are actually exclusive reactions and not available until the Halloween event begins, unless of course you time travel. Anyway, each of these reactions are unlocked slightly differently. To unlock Haunt, you simply need to give Jack a piece of candy and he will teach you the reaction. To unlock Scare, you have to give a villager a piece of candy when they trick or treat you. It's that simple. Anyway, it's not known right now if these can be learned after the event, so be sure to check in and learn these reactions during Halloween if nothing else, just in case. Number 4. Extra candy. Now, in case you didn't know, candy has been for sale in the cabinet at Nook's Cranny since the beginning of the month and plays a huge role in the events of Halloween on Saturday. In short, you need candy to give both villagers and Jack in order to receive the exclusive spooky items and reactions. If you've been buying them most days, you'll probably have collected enough to earn all the extra items, but don't worry if not, because it's possible to get basically as many as you need during the event. To get extra candy if you're running low, all you have to do is wear a Halloween costume and visit your fellow villagers on Halloween. If they're impressed with your attempt at dressing up, they'll gift you bonus candy, which is super useful. Furthermore, if you dress up as Jack himself using his exclusive outfit, you can actually scare the villagers into handing over their candy, which is cruel, but I guess that's what Halloween's all about. So don't worry too much about how much candy you have, as there's plenty of opportunities to earn more. Number 5. Lollipops. So candy isn't the only candy that plays an important role in the upcoming Halloween event, as you'll need a handful of lollipops too. Lollipops are Jack's favourite type of candy, and in exchange for handing these lollipops over, he will reward you with some of the more desirable spooky exclusives, including the spooky carriage, the spooky carriage's recipe, and finally the spooky wand. In total, you'll need 3 lollipops, one for each reward, but you'll need to sacrifice some of your candy to get them. To get lollipops, you must give your hard-earned candy to villagers during Halloween while trick-or-treating, and in return for sharing your candy, villagers will reward you with random treats. These could be duplicate spooky items, spooky recipes if you don't already know them, reactions, or a lollipop. The only downside is the randomness of it, so it will be different for everyone and may take some people longer to find lollipops than others. In total, we need as much candy as it takes to not only get all the exclusive items from Jack and the villagers, but also to earn 3 lollipops from them too, if that makes sense. But don't worry, because as we've already covered, there's plenty of opportunities to get more candy during the event if you need it. So there we have it. That's 5 things you should know before heading into the Halloween event, and pretty much covers the entire event, to be honest. Of course, most of this is obvious or has been revealed in trailers, but I hope it helps you out anyway. But what do you think about the reactions? Do you wish they were available earlier so you could actually use them during the spooky season, or are you just glad they were added to the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, for now, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any New Horizons news. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters, as well as this channel's members. You guys absolutely rock and truly help me upload as regularly as I do. I couldn't do it without you. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too, and of course, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment lollipops just to let me know you did. That would be super awesome, and please be sure to include if you're excited to meet Jack and take part in the Halloween event. I'd love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching, I hope you have an amazing day, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.